key to the treasure.
Get rich with One Piece. Get rich with One Piece.
Yo, we got Luffy and Zoro, the better the duo. Sanji and Usa bring out the bankroll. Jekyll Mariah, he rips your soul. Brook and Perona, they cold like a snow globe. Going through the stack like we looking for some crack. Taking y'all to class, man, you better know your math. Call the deck mather, cause he always running black. We don't need no power tools, we just bring the axe. Cause we bout to chop it up. TCG, level up. This is more than beginner's luck. Got so many ribs, they backing up. Rapping so cold, got the mains froze. Everybody know that the gang goes. Laws of the land don't make me repeat. We the next king. Getting rich with One Piece.
Get rich with One Piece.
The piece of the cause, the key to the treasure.
Get rich with One Piece. 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 Get rich with One Piece.
The piece of the cause, the key to the treasure.
Get rich with One Piece. Get rich with One Piece.
Yo, we got Luffy and Zoro, the better the duo. Sanji and Usa bring out the bankroll. Jekyll Mariah, he rips your soul. Brook and Perona, they cold like a snow globe. Going through the stack like we looking for some crack. Taking y'all to class, man, you better know your math. Call the deck mather, cause he always running black. We don't need no power tools, we just bring the axe. Cause we bout to chop it up. TCG, level up. This is more than beginner's luck. Got so many ribs, they backing up. Rapping so cold, got the mains froze. Everybody know that the gang goes. Laws of the land don't make me repeat. We the next king. Getting rich with One Piece.
Get rich with One Piece.
The piece of the cause, the key to the treasure.
Get rich with One Piece. 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 Get rich with
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, I'm getting distracted here. Gotta get my camera set up. Welcome everyone to another stream. You know, we chilling. If you typically follow the stream, you pay attention. The game, the card game is pointed to Riftbound because yes, we'll be opening some Riftbound tonight. It's just so easy to get. I walk into a store. I'm like, I want some Riftbound, and they're like, here you fucking go. And it's just a smidge over MSRP, right? The MSRP for one of these boxes is typically $120. This shop sells it for $129, but this shop is the worst shop for, like, I don't want to say ripping people off. Bless me. Because, you know, the shop is fine, but they do overcharge. They are notorious for overcharging, I will say that. All right. But anywho, I went there today because today's Thursday. I haven't been to a tournament in a couple weeks, and I was free. I was available. I was like, okay, I want to go play a tournament. Didn't have anything going on really, so I went ahead and went to this tournament, and of course they have no fucking One Piece at all. They do have some Riftbound. I have a shit ton of Riftbound anyways. And what's funny is this, I know this is the new set, so I've had longer to kind of like stockpile my other sets, those first two sets. But this is the cheapest set that there's been, and it's been, and I have the least amount of boxes of it, which is kind of funny. But I was halfway tempted to actually open a full box tonight, but I'm gonna hold off on opening the full boxes, just because the amount of cards that get left behind is too much. It's too much. I don't like doing it, and I already have a fucking shit ton of cards here. Probably like 500 cards that I need to sort and organize, which is down from, you know, a couple of days ago. So I was organizing them like yesterday. So I still have some here that I need to sort. So I'm not going to go too crazy on this with the cards. I'm going to open a couple of packs. Maybe we'll look at some, maybe we'll look at some other stuff on TCG Player and then go from there. But today, it's Unleashed. I got a couple of boxes of these. It's just crazy. They're $130, you know, relatively, you know, I mean, $10 over MSRP, especially compared to the shit that I've had to pay for these boxes recently. Over $200 for a box, and these are $130. You know, I will absolutely take that all day long. And I bring this up. I've said it on stream. I say it to people in real life, but it just you don't know what you have till it's gone. It reminds me of that, because you know, there were boxes of things, and I'm like, I'm not paying $150 for a box of One Piece. Probably PRBO2 is the one that I'm, you know, thinking of specifically when I say that. But yeah, I was like, man, I'm just gonna go pay $120 for a box of PRBO2, and now I'd freaking, you know, karate chop a baby. I'm just kidding. Oh. This stays between you and I, okay? So I did go to this shop tonight, and there were only 4 people had actually signed up on the app. And we were hoping that 4 people showed up, because that's what it takes to start the tournament, I guess, according to the owner or whatever. And so only 3 people showed up. So there were 3 people in the app before I even got there, because you can sign up through the app. I was in my car in the parking lot, and I looked, and I was like, okay, there's 3 people here, cool. So I'm going to sign up, be the 4th. So I get in there, there's only 2 people in there, and for One Piece, there's a shit ton of people in there actually, but there were 2 people in there for One Piece, and then me made 3, and so we're just kind of waiting to see if the 4th person showed up. The 4th person never showed up, so we didn't do the tournament. But I did play one of the guys, actually it was a guy and his wife, who were signed up, and I played the husband, and yeah, he's very new, so it was, you know, and he was playing Zoro, and it was just, and to be fair, I guess steamrolled this guy, but again, he's new, and I have never hit this freaking curve in my life. my hand was so perfect. It was so perfect. Like I didn't mulligan at all when I got my first hand. And then every card that I drew was the exact card that I needed. It was so perfect. Like there was 0% chance that this dude was gonna beat me. Like a 0% chance. It was not close at all. But again, like I'm not saying that to toot my own horn because it was, it meant absolutely nothing. But I was just kind of mention that because it happened, and I like to tell you guys about how my tournaments, and I wasn't a tournament, but how my games went. Anywho, this stays between us, and it isn't any of my business, but it just frustrated me, and I just was like not happy because he wanted to play another game, but I was like, man, I got to get up out of here because I'm about to get pissed off at you. But again, he was there with him and his wife, and then they had their son there. It's probably like 2, maybe 3 years old, and I don't know. He's a kid, right? He's kind of running around the place and being a fucking 2-year-old or whatever. So he's sitting in this chair while I'm playing his dad. He's sitting in the chair over by his mom, and I guess he wasn't sitting in the chair. It's one of those foldable chairs, one of the steel foldable chairs, and he like falls through it or whatever, and he's just like kind of sitting he's sitting there like the fall didn't hurt him or anything like that because it was like just a short fall, but the chair had collapsed or whatever. But the chair had closed on his finger, and a couple of seconds had passed because we're just kind of looking at him because there was a commotion over there, not a commotion, but there was a noise, and so we're just kind of looking over there, and he's not crying or doing anything like that, and then he's like, my finger, and then like the mom is just not even helping him up or anything like that, which again, whatever, to each their own, but they're just sitting there. And he's starting to be like, my finger, my finger, my finger, my finger, my finger, and he said it like freaking 10 times. I may be being facetious. It's I don't know, maybe 10 times. Like it was like he was obviously like something was wrong. Like the chair was closed. The folded chair like closed on his finger. I think it was like maybe like the tip of it or whatever. And the mom she just rips it out of there. Like didn't even try to unfold the chair or anything. Like rips it out of there, and. Ain't that. Sorry, I'm gonna get off my soapbox here in a second, but I just needed to get this out because I was just frustrated with it. But hey, pour a whiskey for me too, but an old fashioned while you're at it. Anyways, she just like rips his finger out of there, and both him and his wife, like the dude across from me and his wife, they're just like, oh, you'll be fine, blah blah blah, and they're just ignoring it pretty much. And he's like ow, I don't know how bad this finger was hurt. But they don't know how bad his finger was hurt either. They didn't even look at that motherfucker. It was so fucking frustrating. I'm like, at least fucking see if he's fucking okay. You know what I'm saying? And they just stuck a fucking phone in front of his face. And he's fucking continuing to bitch about his finger. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like it just magically went away. He's bitching about his finger. And he could be absolutely fine. You know what I'm saying? Like no broken bones. That's what I'm hoping. I'm really hoping that. But they didn't look at it. I'm just like super fucking pissed, right? I am so fucking pissed at them, and I'm just like, it may be because maybe I'm a helicopter parent, you know what I'm saying? Which I don't give a fuck about. This world is crazy, and fuck everybody else. I care about my children. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck if I'm whatever. I like to take care of my babies. Anyways, long story short, the dude pissed me off because I'm just like, dude, just make sure your kid is fucking man. You know what I'm saying? Like his finger was closed in this fucking thing, and he's screaming, and he's like, my finger, my finger, my finger, my finger, and it's just, I was so pissed. I was like, okay, dude, I'm leaving. I mean, it is what it is, but I have some other things I could say about these people, but I'm just gonna kind of keep it to myself. But I just was not very happy when I left there. And again, it's not my business or anything like that, but it's just kind of like, babies are my number one thing, right? And it's, it is, people have their things. Like some people things is like animals and dogs and shit like that. And to me, I don't want bad things to happen to fucking anybody. You know what I'm saying? Or dogs or anything like that, right? I don't like that, but like, I think people pick their hills, to die on, right? I guess that's one of the sayings, whatever. And like some people choose like dogs, and they're like advocating for dogs and all this stuff, which again, that's absolutely fine. But I'm just like, have this same, and you know what? These things don't necessarily have to be mutually exclusive. Maybe I'm being very narrow-minded, I think, potentially, when it comes to that. But anyways, I'm saying all that to say, like, my hill that I'll die on is for the babies, right? All day, every day. I don't care if it's obviously my babies, are my heart and soul, but when I see other babies and things like that too, it's just like, because they're just so helpless, they're so defensive. They're just my I don't want to call it my Achilles heel, but they're just my one of my weaknesses is the babies. I want to look after the babies all the time. Okay. Yeah, children, like, that's the thing. Children are innocent. When you're an adult and and again, I don't want bad things to happen to anybody. If you're 2 years old or freaking 100 years old, right? Bad things shouldn't happen to you. But like, as you're older, you can protect yourself. You can potentially, and I know that there are outliers and things like that. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. But yeah, children are innocent. They must be protected. I 100% agree with you. All right. So let's jump into, I'm sorry to be on such a bummer note this morning, or not this morning, but today, the start of the stream, but it just really ruffled my feathers how they just didn't really seem to give a fuck about, if his finger was okay or not. You know what I'm saying? And they just shove a phone in his face, make him watch the phone, and he's fine. Yeah, you're rub some dirt on it, blah blah blah. They didn't say that, but I was just like, dude, fuck. At least look at his fucking finger, right, and see if he's fucking okay. Shit, I couldn't focus on the game after that. Again, like I said, it was a very easy game. Again, not bragging, the guy was very new. Everything kind of was clicking for me, and literally nothing was clicking for him. So it's just shit happens sometimes. But I'm kind of like trying to focus over here on the kid, look at his finger to see if I can see anything. But I mean, he did, quiet up after a few minutes of looking at that fucking phone. God, all right, I'm done. Not going to talk about it anymore. Who? Man, I would adopt so many freaking kids if I could. I'm talking about 1 million if I could. That's something that I potentially want to do one day, but we'll see. We'll see how life goes. Shadow Watcher. Okay, this doesn't seem familiar. I'm sure I have a bunch of them because I think I'm good with all the commons. Again, we're doing Riftbound tonight because it's just so easily accessible right now. I can't wait for One Piece to get back to this point. But I don't know if it will, man. Maybe, hopefully it will. There's a new set coming out. It's not gonna have any of the it's not gonna have any of the like the dual set shenanigans going on. It's just gonna be a single set, a normal set. So hopefully we can get more and get more consistently inventory. But I saw something today that said there were 10 billion Pokemon cards printed this year, more than there's ever been printed, or well, last year, I think it was last year. More Pokemon cards that has ever been printed before was printed last year. 10 billion Pokemon cards, and it was still not enough to keep Pokemon cards in stores, to keep the prices low on the packs and things like that. Scalpers still reign supreme when it comes to that stuff. So it just makes me very worried about where One Piece could potentially be going, but we'll see. All right, so Shadow Watcher, 4/5, 1 power. If a friendly unit died during your beginning phase this turn, I enter ready. That's a pretty cool effect. Eclipse, I know we've gone over this one. Give a unit -4. Arena Kingpin. Give a unit +3 this turn. I see, okay. Skyward Strike. Concentrate. Yeah, we've seen the majority of these cards. That first one just didn't look familiar at all. Ultra Soft Poro, he's a chunk. Repulse. Frozen Fortress. Abra, what's up? We are doing, I don't know if you missed the whole, the beginning spiel or whatever, but we're doing Riftbound tonight. It's just so hard to get fucking One Piece, and so we're doing Riftbound because I walked into the shop, my local shop that I was going to tonight for a tournament, and they just had boxes of Riftbound for MSRP. So I was like, okay, let me buy a couple of boxes of Riftbound for MSRP, right? So and they didn't have any One Piece, so here we are. We're doing Riftbound. Okay, choose a friendly unit without temporary, give a temporary, draw 2. That's a pretty good effect. Choose a friendly unit without temporary. Okay, that makes sense, because if you could give a friendly unit temporary and it didn't say without temporary, like that would be kind of OP, because there's a ton of like giving temporary to your own units and your tokens and things like that. So Monch, Virtuoso, Void Assault. Okay, we got a hit in our very first pack. And when we say hit, this is just one of the signature spells for Kha'Zix. All right, what does this do? Move a friendly unit, then move an enemy unit. If they both meet, or if they both move to a battlefield you don't control, you're the attacker. Okay, that's not too bad. That's a pretty, for 2 cost, yeah, that's a fairly decent. You get to move to, what are we doing here? Okay. I'm pretty sure I have all these. Yeah, you get to move 2 units. That's pretty good. Wait a minute, is this unleashed already? Okay, cool. Already got a stack started. What is the treasure rare in OP16? I may have seen it, but I've seen a couple of different things come out, and sometimes it's just, these are Japanese specific ones, they're Chinese specific ones. Avista. Oh my god. That is whack. Now, don't get me wrong, I'll absolutely buy it. So that reminds me, I think I mentioned this a couple of days ago when I was streaming, but yeah, like I will buy a treasure rare that's cheap. Like right now, OP12's treasure rare, the Sanji, the Vinsmoke Sanji, is like $30. And I was like, and those graded are selling for like $250. 10s, of course. Like 10s are selling for like $250. And so I just bought 6 of them. I just bought 6 of those $30 cards. You know, it went up. I think the most expensive I paid for one was like 35 or 36, something like that. But they started at 30, right? This was between 30 and 36. I was able to buy like 6 of them, right? And they're treasure rares. So it's just kind of like a no-brainer. You know what I'm saying? To buy some of those. I do wish I would have bought some of the Luffy. Luffy, I don't even remember what that Luffy was in, what that treasure rare Luffy was in. Maybe 14, but it was the Gear 4 Tank Man. No, that was Bounce. That was the Bounce Man. Yeah, the Bounce Man. Anyways, I think it's a 5/7 blocker or something like that, where it's if you have more than 4 cards or something, you can't discard, can't attack. Anyways, that card sucks. I don't understand why maybe there's got to be a reason why they do that, right? Because like we look at some of these treasurers, now that I'm thinking about it, like most of them weren't that good. I think there was a treasure rare for Zoro that was fairly decent, but like the Vinsmoke Sanji was just a searcher. Yeah, some of the treasure rares weren't that great. So, oh, I did have that treasure rare Zoro too. Fuck. And I just now remembered that I did pull the treasure rare Zoro. Oh my god, I fucking hate me when I first started playing this. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I sold it to some sons of bitches at the card show. But again, the market price for the cards were very, very low, and then everything kind of blew up over the past like 6 months or so. But at the time, obviously everything was relatively fair, but it just kind of makes me think back like, damn, I had some good ass cards that thinking like if it was me now, there's no way I'm selling those things. You know what I'm saying? But anyways. All right, 1 cost, friendship, reaction. Choose a unit. Give it +1 this turn for each of the following tags among your units. Okay. I think I saw the Nami. That's what I was thinking. The prisoner? Maybe I saw something else. Maybe I did see the prisoner, but the Nami, the Chinese Nami was fire, bro. The Chinese Nami was super fire. So I did see that. Oh yeah, I'm gonna buy it. I'm definitely gonna buy it, even though it's a cheap ass treasure rare. Oh yeah, Abra, like I told you, bought 6 of them. I'm like, bro, y'all tripping. Y'all are tripping, but I'm gonna take advantage of the situation. And I always say this, but who knows what's gonna happen in the future? Maybe it'll crash and all my money will be wasted. But I don't think that's the case. You know what I'm saying? I think Sanji, again, Sanji's a popular character. He's one of the big 3, right? And it's a treasure rare card, right? So it's got that level of rarity already built into it. $30? $30? I had to. Turn to dusk. Or dust. Ooh, Katarina. I don't know if I have many of these. When you hide a card, ready mate. When you play a card from face down, deal 2 to an enemy unit. I do have that, but I don't have a whole lot of them. Scorn of the Moon. I think I have enough Dianas. Dirty Diana. Oh. Alright. Dirty Diana. Oh. XP tracker. They had some really good ones. But it's funny that like, I didn't even notice or know much about treasure rares until like, a few, I don't want to say a few months ago. It was like back in maybe like November or something. But I just started playing the game in like June or July of last year is when I first started playing the game. So I was very like new. I didn't really understand. Like August was when I went to my first I think it was Collecticon. I think it was PokeCon at the time, but it was the first one that I went to. My God, it just pissed me off everything that I sold there. When I sold some stuff, I had Gear 2. I had the Gear 2 alt art. Looking back, that one really hurt. They were selling the Dodger Luffy for like $400. I was like, I'll never pay $400 for a card. What's going on? Blah blah blah. $400 for the Dodger Luffy. Oh my God, that thing is 10s. Those things are going for $4,000 right now. In PSA 10s, $4,000 right now. Raw, they're going for $2,000. So it is crazy. It is absolutely nuts, man. Oh yeah, OP-17 is supposed to be like massive. Isn't that supposed to? I think that's supposed to be the so that's the anniversary set. And I think that's gonna be Elfbuff as well. So I'm sure there's probably gonna be like I think they're saying that Frankie's gonna be he's gonna be the last of the Straw Hats to get a leader. And if it's gonna be Elfbuff, there's gonna be some sort of giant leader, I would assume. Maybe they all are giant leaders. That would be awesome. They had like a Loki card or something like that. I saw some it was super fake, but they were saying like OP-18 they were like OP-18 mangas revealed or something like that, and it was like they had like a Loki I think they had like a Loki manga card that somebody had just come up with, and they had like an Emu card that they had come up with or whatever. So it all looked not real, but it was very interesting what people kind of think. Flame fruit soon. What does that mean? Oh yeah, you do like broadcasting over in Europe for the tournaments and stuff. Oh, so do you know shit? Oh, you actually know shit. Oh, that's cool. Stalking Wolf, Ultra Soft Porro, Kha'Zix. Oh, hell yes! And this is the Ultra Elder Dragon, the Alt Elder Dragon too. Let's fucking go, boy. Let's fucking. I don't even have a regular Elder Dragon. Let's fucking go. Hell yes. Oh, this is fire. So they do have some really dope cards in this set. This is one of them, right? So we are definitely going to be taking a look at that thing. Let me grab a sleeve for this one, a top loader as well. Ooh wee, look at that baby. God, this looks amazing. It really does. And let me see if I can like kind of show y'all what it looks like a little bit more in real life. That's not doing it justice, but it looks so good. Y'all know where this is going. Y'all know where this is going. I'm tempted to send this one to Beckett first, but it's not on that level, right? Like there has to be like a certain level of rarity. Like this is just an alt of a fucking epic card already, and I'm talking about not epic as in man this card's amazing. I'm talking about epic as in the rarity level. But hell yeah. So let's talk about this card, because I know we haven't discussed this card yet because I have not pulled even the regular artwork of the Elder Dragon. But yeah, this card is like crazy. And the body domain, so that's the orange color in Riftbound, they really like big, massive bodies, right? So I guess that makes sense, right? Body, like they like their big fucking bodies, you know what I'm saying? Like this is a 12 cost unit. There's probably not, there may be some, but I highly doubt there's like 12 cost units in any other of the domains, any other colors. So let's go through this one real quick. There's a massive cost for it, but it's very good. Okay, so 12 cost, 10 might, 4 power. Like that is you max out at 12 might. You max out at 12 cost. You max out at 12 runes, so you can't get any higher than 12 cost. Right, so this is all your runes, and then you have to recycle 4 of them. But look at this ability. You can't even see it. Anniversary set. A 1/1 card. Dude, like stuff like that is really cool to like hear about, but like I'm not on that level, you know what I'm saying? Like it would be amazing to see what these cards are gonna be, but I haven't even been to I've been to like 1 treasure cup. That's the biggest thing that I've done, a treasure cup. And I did do one of these no, I did 2 of them, 2 of these last the extra battles or whatever. Like those have been the biggest tournaments that I've been in, and I typically play off meta stuff, but I did go on this rant recently. If you guys missed it, I'll do it again for you. But I went on this rant recently where I was like, I'm done playing the fucking off meta decks. It was after my maybe it was after the first one. It was after one of the extra battle tournaments that I did, and I just got fucking slaughtered. But I said I'm done playing the off meta shit. I'm playing meta. That's all I'm gonna be playing, because I want to do well in these tournaments. You know what I'm saying? So, I say that, and I'm really trying to convince myself that the best deck in this new set is gonna be the Black Yellow Teach, because I've been saying I was gonna play this Black Yellow Teach for a while now, however long. I think probably months at this point, since they announced he was a leader that was coming out. Told myself I was gonna play him. It's on the sim now. It's been on the sim for a couple of days. The full set has been on the sim since like yesterday or maybe 2 days ago. And I have been playing this shit non-fucking stop. I am not kidding. I have been playing it so much. I've been staying up till 1 o'clock in the morning, playing it, trying to master it, just switching out different things. I'm actually doing very well with it. The only deck that's giving me some trouble right now is the fucking green blue Luffy, because it's just so aggressive, and it takes your life so quickly. And then they have this fucking restand event, which, God, sometimes I don't understand what Bandai is doing, but whatever. So I'm gonna build the fucking Luffy deck. I'm gonna build this fucking Luffy deck as well as the Black Yellow Teach, because if it turns out that the Luffy is the best deck in the format, I'm playing the fucking best deck in the format. I'll still have the Black Yellow Teach and I'll play it from time to time, but I want to get good with the best deck in the format. Some people were saying it's still gonna be Enel, so we'll see what happens. Again, it's very strange because typically what's been happening is the East has been getting the sets months before we have. So you know, a month before our release date, we already know what the format's going to look like. We already know what the best decks are going to be. But now the East hasn't done any tournaments. They don't get the set until tomorrow, or maybe it's either tomorrow or Sunday, or excuse me, Saturday. But they're getting them in the next couple of days, and then we're gonna start seeing, you know, their tournaments and stuff. But then next Friday we have our pre-release, so we'll start getting access to the cards. So there's really not any difference, honestly. It's about a week difference, technically a 2-week difference in release from them to us. So really we're just all on the same page. But I'm gonna pay attention. I'm gonna figure out which decks are the best in the format. And then I'm playing that. I'm still going to build Black Yellow Teach. I'm absolutely going to do that. But I'm going to figure out, you know, have to figure out if I'm going to play the Luffy consistently, or if it's going to be Enel. Maybe I have to fucking build Enel, which I probably could do. I need to buy some of the 10 cost Enels, but not the 10 cost, but Enels, but 2 of the secret rare Enels, because I think I only have 2. But anyways, yeah, screw Beckett for real, man. A flame fruit card. Oh my god. Oh, that's the card in the tournament. That's what you're talking. That's the 1 of 1. Dude, send me the what's the channel? What's the channel that you broadcast on? No, I've seen the wiper, but it's just like, do I really want to play that tech card? And you know what? Honestly, it's not that bad, because I was playing Nami. I haven't played it yet. But I was playing like the 5 cost Nami. Oh my god, it was so good. It was so good in the deck. But those cards are very similar, right? It's not exactly similar, but they're both 5 cost, 6,000 power. You know, the Nami obviously gives your leader a Don and then makes your opponent take a card to hand, but so I could run it because I was running the Nami in there just fine, right? Without any sort of issues. So I could run the wiper, but man, it really sucks that your whole game plan is decided on one, you know, getting 1 card. So I'd have to run like 4 of them, maybe 3, you know, to definitely get the card. But man, it is so hard. I'm hoping that there's some other tech. So what I was kind of thinking in my head was, this, I don't want to say this is better, but this kind of fits the deck a little bit better. So the San Juan Wolf, that it's on KO, gives any of your characters or your leader plus 2,000 base power for the turn. And so that would be extremely good against aggressive decks like that, right? So I'm kind of going back and forth. I want to test, because none of their characters are swinging over. Well, there's a couple of them, but it's not going to be enough because their characters are typically swinging 5 or 6, right? They have to attach 1 Don. Now, don't get me wrong, the Mr. 3 Galdino, that does swing 8 because its base power becomes your leader's base power, so, and you have to give it a Don, so it's always going to be able to swing above you. And then it also has the fucking boas, but the San Juan Wolf will take care of everything else. Like, you can work your way around those things, right? Them swinging 8, you can 2K out of that. They have the 9-cost Boa. You have there's ways around it. Like especially with Teach, it's a very defensive deck, but they wouldn't be able to really swing with their leader. Like they have to commit this Dawn, and when they commit the Dawn to be able to swing at you, they can't use that restand event because they need 7 Dawn to use that restand event. So that only gives them, on their 10 Dawn turn, that only gives them 3 Dawn to attach in other places. You know what I'm saying? So I think the San Juan Wolf is a really good, maybe both. You know what I'm saying? Because that would be 8 chances for you to get a card that could counter. And the San Juan Wolf you're running it anyways, in my opinion, at least. Bandai card games. I've probably seen you before because I don't watch it on YouTube, which is kind of funny. Or excuse me, I don't watch it on Twitch, which is funny because I like mainly stream on Twitch or whatever. But I stopped watching a lot of stuff on Twitch because the fucking commercials are so. It is crazy, the ads on there. I say that and I like have ads, but dude, my ads are like a minute and a half, and I don't know if you can skip over it or whatever. I don't know. I'm sitting here bitching and complaining and shit like that about it when I'm doing the same thing. But to be fair, they don't let me stop it. Like I can't not do the ads. So anyways, it's just so many ads and it's just too much. And so I kind of got away from that. With YouTube, at least, like you got to watch the ad for 5 seconds. You get to skip it usually when you're watching the video. So that's why I watch a lot of stuff on YouTube. But Bandai card games, I'm 99% sure I've watched the majority of the stuff that's on there. Yeah, I'm probably gonna try it out. And you know what? It's not even bad in all matchups because it can attach. First off, I don't have to play it. It's not a brick in hand, which is awesome. And it gives itself a rested Dawn every turn. So you can swing 5-7 every single turn. So it's going to be a problem that your opponent has to take care of. You know what I'm saying? And even in the other matchups, it still minuses 2,000 power for the turn. So it makes it easier to swing into and clear somebody's board with other things too. So I'll have to play around with it. I'll test it out. But we'll see. I'm just hoping that there's just some other tech to have to get through this Luffy. But you know, the wiper isn't bad, honestly. Okay, Elder Dragon. I didn't go through this card yet. All right, blah blah blah. Elder Dragon. What does the Flame Fruit do? What does the Flame Fruit card do? Oh, I cannot wait to watch that tournament. Like I love watching the tournaments. I really, really do. They're just so amazing. Like I watch the East. Typically, I try and watch like an English stream or whatever, but sometimes you can't always get that. Like literally today, this wasn't I was searching for some OP16 Teach gameplay or whatever, and there was a Japanese channel popped up on YouTube. Everything was in Japanese. The channel was in Japanese, which I hadn't seen one of these channels before, where everything was in Japanese. The gameplay, the cards and stuff like that were in Japanese. But I was like, I'm gonna watch this shit because I've played the deck enough where I understood all the cards and what they did. And they played against Buggy, and they just wiped the floor with Buggy. But anyways, I like to watch a lot of the tournaments and stuff like that. All right, I'm gonna read this. Any amount of your damage is enough to kill enemy units. When you play me, choose up to 1 enemy unit at each location. Deal 1 to them. That is crazy, right? So if your opponent has 1 at each battlefield, and 1 at their base, you clear 3. Like this card is so good. I saw this card being ran in an Aurora deck, and it was really good. I gotta see how much this card is worth right now. Let me take a peek. Man, I'm glad I opened this. This was like the second pack, wasn't it? Set Unleashed Rarity Showcase. Now this Baron, we'll take a look at the cards. We'll take a look at TCG Player here in a minute. This isn't anything too crazy. It's $36. That's actually a little surprising to me. It's a little surprising to me, but the card looks fucking amazing. I love the way this card looks. It looks so good. Before we open another pack, so I told you I went to the tournament. There wasn't enough people there. But he gave out a tournament pack anyways. And last time I had went, it was kind of a bummer because when I had went a couple weeks ago, I was the only one there. The dude was cool. He's played in the One Piece tournaments with us before. But anyways, there was nobody there, and so I was like, fuck. So I bought a box of Riftbound when I was there, and he was like, oh, I'll give you a Nexus Night. He was like, because it's our Nexus Night too, and no one showed up for Riftbound either. So I was like, oh shit. So this was a couple weeks ago, and then I started talking to the dude about Riftbound, but today, essentially the same thing that had happened, and I was hoping that the dude that I talked to a couple weeks ago would show up, because he said that we could play if, nobody showed up for the One Piece tournaments, but he wasn't there today, which sucked. But anyways, I was talking to the guy there about Riftbound, because I had bought, it wasn't a whole lot. I wasn't talking to him a lot about it, but I had bought a couple of boxes, and I was like, is tonight Riftbound night as well too? And he said yes, and I was like, okay, well, can I get a box? Since no one else showed up for that, can I get one of the Nexus Night packs? And he said, oh, sure, whatever. Who gives a fuck? He couldn't find the Unleashed ones, so he just found the Spirit Forged ones. But I'm like, shit, I didn't do anything to earn this, so whatever. I'm not going to be too picky on that. So I'm very happy with this. So we're going to open this Nexus Night pack. So there's 3 cards in there. All right, hold on now. Getting too antsy. Eye of the Herald. Fey Dragon. This is a popular card. I've seen this one. What is this last one? Ooh. Oh, I bet you this is a fucking hit. I bet you this is an absolute huge hit. It's a promo. Wait a minute, what the hell is this from? So these say they're from Spirit Forged, right? But this one has some different type of... This one has OGS. And that's not Origins, because Origin is OGN. And it's not Origins anyways. Maybe it is. It is Origins. Is this from the first one? Ganking I Enter Ready. I think this one might be from the first set. I don't know, but this is... Man, are we getting just crazy hit after crazy hit? Let's go. Let's go. Oh, I'm searching you up. Oh, so this is just your real name. Very nice. Okay, so this is our second pack. This was the one from the One Piece event. Oh, and I just bent it. That's wonderful. Please don't be good. Please don't be good. Please don't be good. Fuck! It's the Chopper. I don't know if I have this Chopper already. Okay, I didn't bend it. You don't have any evidence that I bent this card. Yeah, it's perfectly fine. I think the Chopper's probably the best one. The Luffy and the Chopper winner. Oh, the Chopper. I mean, that makes sense for the Chopper one. People love them some Chopper. There was someone in here who was a massive Chopper fan, dude. It was so funny because he was... oh, I already have one back over here. He would like he's in the Discord, and he shows us like his collection and stuff like that. There was one card where he was like, any card that has Chopper in it, he wants to collect it. He wants to have it. And there was this one where it was like I can't remember what the card was. Maybe it was an event or something. But it's like a far off shot of the it was either the Mary or the Sunny. I can't remember which one. And you could barely see, like they're like little specks on the ship, the crew on the ship. And he like had to zoom in, and one of the dots was Chopper. And I'm like, dude, that is absolutely crazy. But it was so fun to talk to him about that and see his collection. But yeah, it was funny. It was pretty funny. But yeah, people loved him some Chopper. All right, this will be the last pack that I open, and then we'll take a look at TCG Player for a little bit, because I want to get back to testing out some. We get back to testing out some. What is it called? Some damn Blackbeard, some Wiper play testing. All right, I said this Shadow Watcher didn't look familiar. Now I'm just pulling all of them. Starcross is a very, very popular card. It's a really good card too. Gem Hand Hunter. Square up then. Square up. This seems pretty good. For 4 and discard a card from your hand, you can give a unit +8. That is crazy. Sinister Poro. Look at him. Look at him. Gank that deleted Gank That's message. Gank That, what are you over here doing, man? Are you drunk? Oh, you are drunk. You said you was pouring yourself a glass of whiskey. Did you make me my my old fashioned, dude? Ooh, honey fruit, Schreier's Bloom. I've said this once, but I'll say it again. I really like the fact when they start implementing. So apparently this set was like really heavily jungle focused, and I could see that with like a lot of the different, you know, cards that they have, like all the leaders and stuff like that weren't necessarily like junglers, but like I say leaders, but legends like Kha'Zix. He's a big jungler. Like I don't think I've ever seen him in any other role, any laning or anything like that. But Schreier's Bloom, the honey fruit, things that are in the jungle, well, in the river mainly, for the honey fruit, but still that's considered the jungle, I would say. Elder Dragon, right? That is one of the coolest things, how they, you know, implement that stuff. Vi, this is a really good card. Alrighty. Yeah, I think that was pretty good. This was a pretty good opening. Pretty good. So we'll leave it at that. I do want to look at some TCG Player with y'all. TCG Player. Yeah, we'll take a look at some TCG Player. That whiskey kicking. Oh, you poured me one, but you drank it. Hey, I wouldn't have it any other way. I'm not there to drink it, so somebody got to drink that shit. Damn, bro, you doing all right? Shit, we need to have a chat. Let me see, make sure this is working like I want it to. Why has this been effing up so much? Huh? Damn you. Hearty constitution for alcohol. Don't we all? Alrighty. What are we looking at here? This is like the card of the set. It's a ultimate rarity, so it's a new rarity that they just came out with this set. and it is dope. So this is the only card of this rarity right now, the most rare. Um, but yeah, this looks really good. I want to look at some One Piece stuff. What do I got it set at? As y'all can tell, I be looking at this all day long. I be going through here all day long. Carrying on his will booster boxes. Oh, they're going down, $4.50 a box now. $2.10. This is going up a little bit. Let me see. As far as cards go, it's Alt Nami. This damn card. Oh yeah, here we go. This card was $400, and I was like, never. This would have made 5 times my money on it just selling, just selling raw. Ooh, but they are doing a new one. They're doing a new Dodger event, and they haven't come out with if they're doing the same card or if it'll be a new design or whatever. But I am going to buy one immediately, just like I did for the the college basketball one. I spent probably too much on it at the time, but that's how much it costs, right? They were all selling for $400, so I bought one for $400. Now it's a 10, and I could get 1,000 for it right now. So, you know, it's one of those things. It's an investment. We'll see what happens, because the Dodger Luffy was going for $400 for a long time, and now, like I said, a 10 selling for like $4,000, $4,500. So, and it's like over a year later. Actually, yeah, maybe it is over a year later. But anyways, let's see. Let me look this card up. Hello? Is it broken? Oh, is it just oh, the gold one? Or they did have like a the anniversary set one. Oh my goodness, what is going on here? They just don't want me to see this. Unless it lightly played foiled. Oops, no, I don't want that. Bullshit. I mean, market price don't mean nothing when it comes to what they actually selling for. To be fair, this card looks amazing. This looks so good. This card looks amazing. It has all of them on there. It has the whole crew on there. I guess it doesn't have Jinbei on there. But I guess at this point in time in the story, Jinbei wasn't really a member of the crew anyways. Yeah. Luffy's not even in it. Okay, so I see what they're doing. This is when they were like all figuring out, okay, we're not meeting in a few days. Okay. Yeah, see, Zoro still got his eye open. God, I can't wait to see what happens when Zoro closes or when Zoro opens his eye again. Like I've heard really good things. Like he has all this demon energy like stored in his eye or something like that. And when he has to like fight, probably not Mihawk, but someone really big and bad or whatever, because he's gonna obviously fight Mihawk again. Probably Mihawk, but like that's when he'll open his eye. When he goes into his final form or whatever, he'll open his eye again and like release all the demon energy that he has in him or whatever. This card looks fantastic though. It does look really good, man. All the manga event, like the alternate events, looks so good. Especially the ones from the anniversary sets. I'm so mad I wasn't able to get one of the third anniversary sets, but I didn't even know about it until it was already sold out. So. And now they're selling for like $700. And you know what's crazy is I'm thinking about buying one. I'm not gonna do it. I'm definitely not gonna do it. But it's like kind of it's in my head sometimes. I'm like, oh, Eric, you should do that. You could definitely do that. Oh, these boas, man. God, these winter boas. They was doing nothing. Why did people keep selling these fucking shitty things? I just want near mint, near mint, near mint, near mint. Yeah, these things went down to like under $50, under $50, and I was like, oh man, that's where it's gonna stay. Why am I so stupid sometimes? Sometimes I'm just so stupid when I should just know the waifu tax is real. It's a winner card of BOA, Eric. It's a winner card of BOA. Buy 10 of them. Buy 10 of the winner card BOAs. Make $2,000 selling them in a month. Rinse and repeat. Stop being so stupid. God, sometimes I really am just like, it's so obvious, Eric. They're just trying to give you money. They're trying to give you money, Eric. I mean, try hard. My name's not really Eric. Who's Eric? Not me. Let's see. God, remember when this card was $11 and I thought it was just always going to be good? That was, man, it's so funny to think back onto the just same with that BOA, right? And that was just a couple of that was like within the past month. So I'm not perfect at this whole trading card game yet, at this whole TCG game. Yeah, there we go. I'm not the best at it yet, but like I learn, I live and I learn. I'm like, oh my God, this Mihawk is always gonna be good. It's always gonna be a staple in every set. It's just gonna go up. The price is gonna go up and up and up. And I held on to my Mihawks, and now they're like $1. You know what I'm saying? When I could have sold some of them for like $11, $12 because I had a ton of them. Yeah, but it's just because I'm just like, oh man, you play it for $4. So this will be a good combo. You're on Tendon, you play this, you restand 4, you play Luffy, you play the 6-drop Luffy, you restand 4, so you got an 8 cost, a 6 cost, an 8,000 power blocker, a 7k swinger, and then you still have 4 Dawn left. Man, that would be a crazy turn. Crazy turn. Yeah, the serialized Yamato. Oh my God, I was naive enough to think I could have won one because at the second tournament that I played in, I brought Emu and I won the first 2 games, and then I lost 3 games in a row. So it was not good, but it was fine. It was fine. Okay. But at least I won 2, because the first one I lost. Oh yeah, Luffy would be 1K if Luffy was in that thing. The primary price driver for the cards. So I mean, it depends. Like, typically speaking, like the everyday cards, it is function, right? So the cards that people are going to play in the best decks in the format, okay, those cards are going to be more expensive, Okay, so we're gonna come through here and we're gonna take a look at some of them. Okay. When we see some, I'll actually we'll start with the other side of things. Bless me. Sorry, guys. So, since there's a ton of these on here, so the rarity here is going to be the main driver for one side of the coin. Okay. So this card here is from some sort of event, Gen Con. Don't know what the fuck it is. This card isn't good. No one's going to play this card, but it's 160 bucks. You know what I'm saying? These cards are market price $1.50, whatever. No one cares. Okay. Okay, so this Electrical Luna. This is just a rare card from a set like a year and a half ago. It was selling for like $1 a few months ago, but it became a really good card. It became like a really good counter for some of the best decks in the format right now. So then people started buying it up. Now the card is $7. You know, it was less than $1. So that's the other side of the coin, right? So there are the rare cards that you can only get from, see, this one is going for $1,500. You get this from the championships or from the regional championships this year, right? So it's a special print of this Nami card. The waifu tax, obviously, the Namis, the boas, all the women and things like that, those cards are going to be more expensive too. So that's my quick rundown / explanation. Boa, wife tax. This card is a very good example. We're gonna go look into it. It's just supply and demand is really all it boils down to. This card was selling for 20 cents. 20 cents. No one was buying it. Nobody gave a fuck about this card. But guess what happened? They announced that there were going to be 2 Impel Down leaders that come out in this set. So back in March, they announced all the leaders of the set. 2 of the leaders were Impel Down leaders. This card works with Impel Down leaders. So guess what happened? 1,500 of them were sold in a 3-day time frame. Right? So it's just supply and demand. And people started noticing, okay, this card is it's going to potentially be really good, and some new leaders that are coming out. So it just goes up and up and up and up and up. And so 2 months later, you know, after selling for 20 cents, 2 months later, they're selling for $10 a card. So supply and demand, my dear friend, it's basic economics. Maybe not basic, because I don't even know if I explained that right, but you get it. Waifu tax, $300 for this card. I did so bad at the heroine battle, man. I did horrible. Oh. Ooh, the best card that I pulled. Got a freaking 9 at Beckett. Man, that was such a bummer. I was so bummed when I got that 9 from Beckett. Just horrible. But I sent it off again. It's sent off to PSA. I opened it up and I cracked it, sent it to PSA. So if I get a 9, 8, whatever, it doesn't fucking matter. At that point, like, it's only gonna potentially benefit me, right? Because it was already a 9 at Beckett. So if it comes back a 9, it'll, you know, really no harm, no foul. But it comes back at 10. Yeah, these things are selling for like $2,000 or $3,000 as 10s. So it would definitely be a huge come up. Here's your treasure rare. You were talking about Abra. Yeah, this thing, it looks really good. It looks really good. Which Nami did you sell, Abra? This isn't that Sabo that I pulled the other day. No. Ugh, sons of bitches. This is the Japanese one though. Oh, the Winter Nami. Must be nice. Fuck, man. I wish that I would have steamrolled this tournament today. God. I am super pissed. They should have given me a winner pack. There's no way I would have lost to either one of these people. And so, I guess it really just depends on who that third person was going to be. Or that fourth person. Ugh. So frustrated. So frustrated. Holy crap, this chopper looks awesome. All right, a couple more pages and we'll call it. Oh, the Heroines Cup winner. Oh, you won one? La-di-da. No, I'm just kidding. That's awesome. I was in I signed up for so many of those. I can't remember how many I did, but I was in a few of them and didn't do super well. I was playing with again, like I have a hard time just playing the best thing because it's the best thing. I want to play what I want to play. But again, fuck that shit. I'm playing the best thing from now on. So like I said, I really want to play Teach this set, and I will have a Teach deck. But if Luffy is the best, I'm gonna build Luffy, and I probably honestly should start building a Nail, just because there's a chance that it'll still be the best deck in the format. And the only thing that I'd really be missing is is two more of the secret rare Nails. I'm fairly certain to have everything else to build that deck. I got my last. Actually, I think I've had my Moragans for a few weeks at this point. So, Wiper, $5 now. I do have my wipers for what's the name? Man, this Nami full art was going for freaking $100 when that set first came out. When that ST29 first came out. $10 for the Ivankov. Yeah, same thing here. Like, you know, back in March, 80 cents this card was going for. Now it's $11. That Winter Boa is, oh, Eric, you're so stupid. You know people are going to fucking go crazy over Boa. And guess what? I could have sent them off to get graded and made even more. Oh my God. I made a killing on those things. Made a killing. I'm not going to miss the next opportunity. That's why I'm going to buy. I don't care how much the fucking thing costs. Whatever I have to pay to buy this first, whatever the, unless it's the same art. If it's for the Dodgers game, if it's a new artwork, I will buy it. Whatever the cost is, I will buy one. But if it's the same art, I'm not gonna spend that money on the same art. Now, it probably will bring the cards down a little bit. The price of the cards, it'll bring them down, but I probably still won't buy one. Maybe, who fucking knows? Maybe I will. Shit. Ben Beckman. I have this SP. Ooh wee. I think this is the one that I have. Yeah, I have this one. It's going for $102 right now. So I bought two of these. One of them I opened, sent the cards off to get graded. I got my Luffy back. It was a 9.5, so I'm gonna send that one out. I think I've already sent that one back out to get regraded. Maybe I haven't, I don't know, but I'll send the Luffy back. But I sent all the other cards in here to get graded as well, and those should be coming back here pretty soon. Let's see. Okay, this will be the last page because I gotta Whoo-wee. Okay. Cool. Well, anyways, that is it for today. Hour and 15-minute stream. I'm thankful for you guys. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for watching. And until next time, good luck on your hits.